Hi, I'm Patu from freefincal, and in this video, let's take a look at how aggressive hybrid funds have performed against aggressive hybrid index. In particular, CRISIL hybrid 3565 aggressive index. So we have taken a look at the performance of 16 aggressive hybrid funds, and this index, the CRISIL hybrid 35 plus 65 aggressive index, is 65% of BSE 200 and 35% of a composite bond index, which contains a wide range of bonds. This is one of the hybrid indices that AMCs use to benchmark themselves in the aggressive hybrid category. The other is the Nifty composite, which has got 65% of Nifty, if I'm not wrong. That is from the NSE. Unfortunately, both these indices or any kind of blend index in India is not available publicly accessible. It's not publicly accessible. That's a bit unfortunate because we don't know how these funds are actually performing if we don't have publicly accessible data. I have used data from a paid tool called ASMF. I'm a subscriber to this tool. And also, if you look at portals like Value Research, they will be using some kind of a blend index made of all the funds in the category, and that's not actually a true benchmark, and it's, in my opinion, not a correct way to benchmark these funds. So what we have done is to, like always, look at rolling returns. And first of all, what we did was to find out if the funds had minimum of 500 5-year rolling return data points, so that there is some kind of history, excuse me about that, minimum of 500 5-year rolling return data points. That means that between 1st January 2013 and between February 10th 2020, we consider every possible 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-year data points. Of course, for this study, I have considered only 3, 4, and 5 years, and I have only considered funds which between these two periods have at least 500 or more 5-year return data points. Then only you have some kind of reasonable sample set. So the full list of 16 funds are given below: HDFC Children's Gift Fund, SBI Equity Hybrid, Principal Hybrid, ICICI Equity and Debt Fund, Canara Robeco Equity Hybrid, DSP Equity and Bond Fund, Reliance Equity Hybrid, L&T Hybrid, Franklin Hybrid, Aditya Birla Hybrid, Tata Hybrid, Baroda Hybrid, UTI Hybrid, HDFC Hybrid, JM Hybrid, and LIC Equity Hybrid funds. All of them are equity hybrid funds, as they're called. And over every possible 5 years, 14 out of 16 funds have outperformed the CRISIL 3565 index with a consistency of 70% or more. This means that, for example, if I take Tata Hybrid Fund, it has got 515 5-year returns between those two dates I mentioned. Out of these 515 returns, 405 returns are more than the CRISIL index. Therefore, 405 divided by 515 is 79%, and we call this as the performance or the outperformance consistency. Performance consistency or outperformance consistency, or whatever you want to call it. So for 3 years, this is 8 out of 16 funds have managed 70% or more performance consistency. Over 4 years also, 8 out of 16 funds have managed 70% or more. I forgot to add that, I just seen it now. So over 3, 4, and 5, every possible 3, 4, and 5-year periods between 2013 and 2020, the following funds have got a return outperformance consistency of 70% or more: Principal Hybrid, HDFC Children's Gift Fund, Canara Robeco Equity Hybrid, SBI Equity Hybrid, ICICI Equity and Debt Fund, DSP Equity and Bond Fund, Reliance Equity and Hybrid Fund, and HDFC Hybrid Equity Fund. So those are the 8 funds. Only 8 out of 16, which means only half the funds have managed to have this much of consistency. Again, this calls for we need a hybrid index, but I don't think the AMCs will do that because they want AUM, they want expense ratio to be high in an actively managed funds, and they want more profits, so they will not choose a index fund. But we desperately need an index fund in this category as well, because in this category as well, actively managed funds are having are finding it difficult to beat the index, the hybrid index. Of course, in my monthly screeners, I use Nifty as a benchmark. Some funds manage to do it. A very small subset of funds manage to outperform or get a return close to Nifty. I will try and add this blended index into my screeners from now on. Let's see how that goes. So if you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Thank you and all this.